Southern Veterinary Partners is a conglomerate of more than 415 hospitals across the United States. We have approximately upwards of 10,000 teammates across the U.S. right now. So we are a fairly large company as I would see it. But as a part of that, you can imagine the data that's involved with having so many different hospitals. At Southern Veterinary Partners, we didn't really have an inventory of all of our third parties and our vendors. And by adopting OneTrust, we were able to centralize the inventory of all of our vendors, but also to assess their security posture. One of our challenges is trying to understand what the security landscape looks like for Southern Veterinary Partners. And that security landscape, of course, includes our supply chain and also our vendor relationship. Having that centralized inventory to quickly have a single source of truth becomes really important for us. OneTrust gave us the ability to do a pre-assessment for us to do an analysis of those companies either before we adopted them as a vendor or as a third party, but also to have an ongoing management program of all of our third parties. I think with a lot of companies today, having third-party risk management can be very challenging to do assessments for those third parties, but also to keep up with them. Many companies rely on the old traditional method of spreadsheets, which, who else needs another spreadsheet to manage and look after? So having that centralized repository to continue the assessment and to continuously look at those third parties becomes very valuable for such a small team as myself and my team. One of the key pieces of, I think that's a differentiator for OneTrust is their assessment capabilities, bringing that into a digital format. I think we kind of already mentioned how trying to do questionnaires and assessment through the old bulky spreadsheet can drive adoption down. And having this in a digital format is to where you can create certain questionnaires depending on what level of data privacy that you're after or assessment that you're after, can actually have an express assessment done. And so we've really been able to shape those assessments to bring on those third parties in an easy and intuitive way. It is a very intuitive platform, and the continuous improvement model around OneTrust is very impressive. We see new updates within the platform almost weekly, it seems like, and so I'm always learning something very new. That intuitiveness kind of helps bring in others from other departments because we want to build data stewards throughout their organization. It shouldn't just be the compliance team or the security team that knows the platform. Having that capability or that ease of use helps build that adoptions for those data stewards in the various departments or lines of business within Southern Veterinary Partners. I'm enjoying the journey that we're taking, but I'm also enjoying the partnership. I think that's a really important key fact for many businesses, especially smaller businesses, where the partnership is going to be really important for us to lean in on our vendors to help us understand how can we make the next step? How can we evolve to the next thing? With OneTrust, I believe we have that capability of establishing that partnership and showing the return on investment for such platforms as OneTrust.